By Jennifer here in the mall. So much to do here, Nordstrom and all. I hope you wake up soon. This is starting to get weird. Jennifer, seriously?
Why are
Jennifer
you talking to
Broom.
me in my sleep?
Because we're live on TV. It's 1 o'clock.
Yikes!
It's your life.
Later on today's show, we're throwing a pajama party and showing you how to dress up your PJs for work or night out.
And it's National Breakfast Month. We're serving up some breakfast in bed and giving you the dish on how to prepare an easy yet elegant meal.
We'll also showcase fall's hottest shoe fashions. All this and more coming up next.
What's the welcome? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Houston Life. I am Derek Shore.
And I'm Jennifer Broom. Well, do you count sheep to help you sleep? And does that late night glass of wine really help or hurt your sleep cycle?
Good question. Joining us now to help us solve our sleep problems are Dr. Richard Castriata from Memorial Hermann Sleep Disorder Center and Dr. Sudha Talavajula from the Hermann Memorial Neurological Sleep Medicine Center. So our sleep experts, welcome to Houston Life.
Pleasure. Glad to be here.
Now, this seems like a topic that everyone can benefit from talking about. We're all trying to figure out how to get more sleep and how to get better sleep. So where do we start?
Well, we start, I think, with a regular sleep-wake cycle. So you get up at the same time and go to bed at the same time regularly. Avoid things that disrupt sleep. You mentioned alcohol. Alcohol in the evening is a sleep disruptor. Caffeine anytime is a sleep disruptor.
Caffeine anytime.
Anytime.
Right.
Really?
Anytime.
Oh, no.
So we shouldn't be drinking coffee during the day.
Everybody has a different way of metabolizing caffeine. So some people can drink lots of caffeine and have no problems. Some people metabolize it very slowly. So a cup of coffee in the morning has effects 10 hours later when they're trying to get to sleep. So it all is very variable from one individual to another.
What about people though who say, you know, you have a glass of red wine before bed and it's the perfect way to get a good night's rest? Is that true or false?
Well, the alcohol has sort of a two-phase metabolism. First part puts you to sleep right away. So sometimes you go to sleep earlier than you would, and you do go to sleep right away, but then you wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep. And so it's in the final analysis, a sleep disruptor.
What about the old adage of early to bed, early to rise? Is going to bed earlier better than going to bed later?
Sudha?
So we're all made in a different way. There are some of us that are night owls, you know, and we know these people. They're going to be up forever. And then there are those of that are larks, those that just really like to get bed early. By sort of teenage, you know, that's a disruptive time around when your sleep schedule's all over. But later on in life, you probably figure out which chronotype you are, meaning are you the kind that's going to benefit from going to bed earlier or later. But yes, I mean, you definitely don't want to keep really late hours, I mean, midnight or so, but not everyone can go to bed at 9. So finding that sweet spot is really important for you.
Now, what about the total amount of sleep? Because we've always heard 8 hours, that's the magic number. True?
It's true.
True. So we should try to get 8 hours.
7 to 8 hours. Actually, if you wanted to really tight, you could say 7 hours. But we're talking about adults. So most adults need at least 7 hours sleep. 7 or 8 hours is kind of normal. Children, on the other hand, teenagers need at least 9 hours of sleep.
At least 9 hours.
Middle school, they need at least 10 hours. Elementary school, they need at least 11 hours.
And, you know, when I was in high school, I was involved in so many activities, but I would come home from school and I would immediately fall asleep on the couch. My mom would make dinner, wake me up a few hours later. But so it is true then that depending on your age, you may need a different amount of sleep?
Yeah, and younger people need a lot more sleep than we think.
So let's talk snoring and sleep apnea. So how do you know the difference and how do you know when you might have an issue with sleep apnea?
So just in the sort of gradation of being severe, snoring is probably on the lower end of the spectrum, and then you have sleep apnea up there. And then there are more severe syndromes like obesity, hypoventilation. If you actually see someone stop breathing when they're asleep, they're really going to need to get evaluated. Sleep apnea itself is sort of a consortium. I mean, it doesn't just depend on the snoring. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you feel really tired. You may gasp yourself awake several times at night and have a certain amount of daytime sleepiness or daytime fatigue. So several things that go into it. But if you simply snore, that doesn't necessarily equate sleep apnea. If you have any of the others, you should get evaluated.
So snoring's okay unless it bothers your partner, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Exactly.
They're like, no, snoring is never okay.
not all right.
Well, it might be. There is such a thing as primary snoring where there's nothing else except snoring. But the fact is that we can never really tell the difference between snoring and sleep apnea without doing a sleep study.
What
There's
about
no
people
other way.
who snore because of allergies, though? I mean, is that a thing?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Any form of upper nasal obstruction can lead to snoring. Children, especially very common, those with tonsils, enlarged tonsils, allergies, it's a very common syndrome together.
Let's talk about exercise. Now, you mentioned the importance of routine and going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every single day. How does exercise work into the equation? And if you exercise before bed, is that going to prevent you from sleeping well?
Yes.
It will?
Yeah, it will. Exercise in the morning or during the early part of the day will help you sleep better at night. So if you get up in the morning and go for a run and then go to work, you'll sleep better at night. But if you go to do exercise in the evening just before bedtime, then you get the release of all these kinds of hormones and chemicals that are actually stimulating you and preventing you to get to sleep. So you exercise in the morning, good. Exercise near bedtime, bad.
But what about yoga? Because yesterday we were all laughing because I was doing the pose legs up the wall. You know, it seems like there are some yoga positions that would help you with relaxation. Is that okay before bed?
Yes. So yoga, again, when you say exercise, you're talking about cardio, things like that.
Strenuous physical
exactly,
activity.
things that will make you release adrenaline. Adrenaline, norepinephrine is one of those hormones that actually keeps you up. When you're talking about yoga, you're thinking meditation, relaxation, unwinding. So definitely beneficial. Again, yoga can have some pretty vigorous postures, so you need to know exactly what kind of exercise you should be getting.
And what about food before bed? We already established alcohol is bad, coffee is bad. Does eating before bed disrupt a sleeping pattern?
Well, the short answer to that is yes. It's a bad idea to eat just before bed.
And what do you mean just before bed? How long should you wait?
You should have at least 2 or 3 hours before.
I was going to say, I've always heard 3 hours, and that seems almost impossible.
Right. Yeah.
Well, true, but then you're allowed a small snack, so don't forget that. It's just a light dinner, somewhat early, and then a smaller snack later on is not bad. It's just that you don't want to go to bed with a full...
So a late dinner is a bad route to take.
It depends on how big it is and how close it is towards bedtime. But going to bed hungry is also bad. It's also going to disturb your sleep.
What about having that glass of warm milk?
That's fine.
Okay.
A glass of warm milk? You have a glass of warm milk before bed?
Well, no, I have tea. I have sleepy time tea before I go to bed.
Okay.
But a glass of warm milk, I mean, is that a thing?
Both of those are okay. Those are both good.
Both of those are good.
So like a chamomile tea or something?
Yep.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
What about honey before bed? Like a teaspoon of honey?
It's not a whole lot of evidence with honey as, chamomile, for sure, there's some more. Milk has tryptophan and, it has some of those things that will actually make you sleepy. So yes, that's a good idea too.
Now, of course, we have to talk about technology. So people have their tablets, their iPhones. It's remarkable to me, if you just take a casual poll, the number of people who sleep with their phones either in bed with them or next to them on the nightstand, it is ubiquitous. Seemingly everywhere. So how does the use of a tablet or a phone affecting people's sleep?
Well, it's a great effect. All of modern electronics now are sleep disruptors. Part of the reason for that is that the screen is a blue color. And we now know that there are special receptors in our eyes. In addition to the rods and cones that we see with, there are some that just perceive blue light. And that's a stimulation, that's a signal that it's dark and it's time, that it's light and it's time to wake up.
Now,
so
on the other side of that,
I got to ask about red light because I saw this in this month's Health magazine, and I was like, "Whoa, red light! That's supposed to help you sleep? What's the deal with red light?"
So I would be a little bit cautious about that one.
Okay.
So all kinds of light in general have this potential to wake up the brain. They suppress the release of melatonin. Red light has less so of a potential. Blue light is probably the most potent. Yes, if you try to take out some of the blue spectrum and wavelengths, you might be helping yourself, but preferably there should be no light at all.
What about putting, like Sleep Cycle or your Fitbit, where you're going to have your phone or some type of electronic on you,
that helps.
Monitoring your sleep cycle?
Oh, monitoring sleep cycle. I thought you meant there are some devices now that automatically go into a nighttime mode and get rid of the blue light and change the background. And some of the devices, you can manually go in there and change the background to black, for example, and have a faint white print so that you're not getting that blue stimulation.
So I do Sleep Cycle, and that was one of my sleep nights. And how many times are you supposed to see like the ups and downs to show that you've had a good night's sleep?
Up to 5 to 6 REM cycles, which I believe is what you mean by ups and downs.
Yeah, like the into the
Yeah,
deep
so
sleep,
we
coming back
cycle
up.
in and out of REM sleep and non-REM sleep, and that happens up to 5 to 6 times a night. Most normal sleep. But I would be a little bit careful about knowing exactly what it is that you're measuring. All of these have different algorithms, so you would really want to read your literature on what they give you, your user's manual.
Yeah, and
I'm so going to be counting now, going, oh, wait,
Oh,
did I
yeah.
get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Listen, we've just
that you don't want to do.
We've just started
It
to
stresses me
scratch the
out.
surface here. We have a lot more about sleep we are going to discuss, so stay right there because after the break, our sleep doctors will help us find out why sometimes, even after we have a full night's sleep, we still feel tired.
I'm one of those guilty of
Me
that. But
too.
before we go to break, a little pop quiz for you. Which 2 of these foods can actually help you get sleep? Turkey, oatmeal, or rice? We'll have the answer when we come back.